But now, meet the fighter pilots who were the first to face the air war at home. 28 minutes after the World Trade Center attack, F-16s from the Air National Guard's 119th Fighter Wing were bearing down on Washington at the speed of sound.
Go here fast is pretty much the orders we got, so we went there fast and set up a cap.
Right over Washington, D.C.
Yep.
These are two of the three pilots who set up that cap, or combat air patrol, over Washington. For security, we're not using their names, just their call signs, Lou and Honey.
You can tell from the tone of the voice, the tone of the radio calls, and we were at war. One call they asked, essentially, it was a Pentagon. We could confirm the Pentagon was on fire, and we let them know that.
You can see the west side of the Pentagon, and at that point it was engulfed in flames.
It was a big smoking hole there, which, you know, it was a sight I don't know if I'll ever forget.
They reached the Pentagon 12 minutes after it was hit. But United Flight 93 was still speeding toward Washington. There would be plenty of time, at least 20 minutes, for the F-16s to intercept Flight 93. The next thing the fighters knew, someone they believed was with the Secret Service was on the radio, wanting to know what kind of missiles they were carrying.
In terms of guns in the air, they wanted to know what was available to them.
Yes.
It was a garbled radio call, so it wasn't clear. So exactly what was said, but it was something to effect of keep planes away from the house or something like that. You didn't know exactly what it was. It was garbled.
And they meant what?
Keep planes away from the White House.
They didn't know it at the time, but the president had authorized them to shoot down United 93. The order was likely minutes away when the passengers on 93 took the plane down themselves.
If they hadn't, that very likely would have been your target.
I could have.
That's not something you've ever trained for, shooting down a civilian airliner.
No.
Could you have done that?
Well, I mean, if it's a lawful order and authenticated appropriately, it's something you probably would have had to have done. Probably would have double, triple checked the authentication and confirmed it with your flight members to make sure, am I hearing this right? But that's what you had to do, and you got the order to do it. You do it.
You got to trust the people controlling you on the ground have more pieces of the puzzle than you have up there, and you just got to trust them that what they're telling you to do is correct.
I'm sure you've thought this over. You would have pulled the trigger?
Well, yeah, I would have.
You've worked as an airline pilot.
Mm-hmm.
It just strikes me as the most terrible order that a man in an F-16 could ever get.
Yeah, me too.
They're not alone anymore. Today,